Okay. Morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning, the 29th of November. I'm Roy Potter. Welcome as you come in. Uh, I see that last night, Bill Still of the Still Report put out some information on this raid that we've been saying probably happened in Germany. And I reported on that when I first heard about it several weeks back. But I didn't have any information on it, and there's still not a lot of information out there. Uh, Apparently, General McInerney has been talking about it. And I have some problems with McInerney when he first started talking about the situation with the CIA operator who left and had information on the voting machines that had nothing to do with Dominion or the others that are up front on this right now. Uh, I had some suspicions, but I also knew that that was disinformation in another way to take attention off of possible real operations, which is what I explained. So it looks like, at least according to the Still report, I haven't seen anything else yet, but there apparently was a gun battle between the CIA and special operations forces out of the DoD. Which would explain a lot of why Trump did that with Ezra Cohen Watnick, putting him in charge of the Special Forces group. Again, I have no verification of this, but it wouldn't surprise me. Remember, I've talked about this war in the government going on for some time, and it's not just over, the Trump thing. It's been over who in the intelligence agencies will control not only the nation but the world. And so I talked about the war in the government back during the Boston bombing. I've talked about, for instance, the fight between the NSA and apparently the FBI or the CIA up in New York 3 years ago. Um, and there have been other things that have happened that I pointed out that this war in the government's going on. So my guess is that, in fact, this did occur, and I think Bill still has a good handle on it. Again, I haven't been able to verify it, but I'm pretty sure it's very likely. Remember, these are people that are fighting for control of power, and that doesn't necessarily make them good guys and bad guys. Although I would have more trust in the Delta Force and the special operations people, of course, than with the CIA. And I said that if Sidney Powell brought this up, that this actually happened, that Trump would have had to give him the green light. Okay? So here's more indication that he has things at his disposal that he can retain power, which will be exactly along the lines that I've said. Yes, he might be taking aspects of the deep state down, but if you understand what the AC does, he's the destroyer. He does that. The God uses him to do that. That doesn't make him a good guy because he comes after you next, which is what this vaccine is, and the mark and all of that. He should have rescinded the NE a long time ago as national emergency and never gone forward. Moderna now, we're finding all kinds of information on Moderna, of course, Pfizer, Gavi, and all of that. It's very, very bad. I've done some tweets the last couple of days. You might want to go look at it. I won't cover it here. It has to do with 666. I've done some extensive study on it, and it's on Twitter. I'm not going to take a lot of time here. I'll just tell you that when you get a deep dive into it, into the esoteric, which I have not really done before, and I don't know why. It seems like it was just something I did here recently, that it very much looks like it has to do with the mark, of course, the piercing. That's what a valve is. It's a nail, it's a piercer. Jesus was pierced, he was, with the nails. It has to do with marking the flesh. And it's emphatic. It means that they're going to go after this the same way they assented to the crucifixion. Okay, same kind of thing, and it rings along those same lines, both in the Greek and in the Hebrew, in several iterations of it. So I put that information out on Twitter. We also found out during this study, I kind of knew it already, but uh, in Revelation 7, you see the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. Dan is conspicuously missing in that list. Why? Well, what happened, if you remember, is Reuben lost his place because of his little situation with Jacob's concubine or wife. And then uh, Joseph was split into two tribes, Ephraim and Manasseh. So Reuben, in most of the 12 tribe listings, is missing, and Ephraim and Manasseh are in there, and not the tribe of Joseph. Well, in Revelation 7, Reuben is back in, and instead of Ephraim and Manasseh being there, Joseph, the two are combined under Joseph. So something's going on with Dan here, and he's called a snake, a backstabber, and some other things. It's very likely that the AC comes from Dan. And where did Dan settle when they left the Middle East? Well, from where Trump comes from, his, his ancestry. So I go into that in the Twitter threads, and I also go into this new thing that has come out advertising for his reelection. It's a fire of Trump and Pence in fire, and then Trump walks out of the fire, out of the darkness. More luminosity, but reflection, a false luminosity, a reflection, not a source. It's all there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, it just is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in a restaurant. I'm trying not to talk too loud. You'll just have to adjust it on your side, okay? Uh, so my hand's probably over it too, but it's because of the way I'm having to do this. So sorry about that, but I thought I better get it up. All right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, sorry, I can't help you with the volume. I'm in a place that might even be, might have some other problems too. I'll just leave it there. See you all later. Bye.